Hi, it's me, Vamp, and welcome back to the podcast. Now, the update for Warframe, there was a bit of a big update that happened. It is, I believe it's called Update 31. I'm not really sure of the name, but I do know it is the new war. Yeah, that big update we've been waiting for forever for Warframe finally came out. So I have to talk about it, of course. I mean, it's been hyped for so long. Not only had the community, me included, been waiting 2+ years, but it was hyped like this whole month. Super hyped. And I will say right now that it may have delivered. It may have delivered. I'd say may have. I'll get to that in a moment, okay? Let's focus on the good first, okay? The good, graphics. It's they were awesome graphics. It seems like Warframe got a sort of upgraded coat of paint. If that makes sense. And I think that that's a good thing. We got to play from different perspectives in the new world. Now, was it exactly what I thought it would be when they said we would have different points of view? No, but I'll talk about that a little later on. So the good. So like I said, the graphics, they were good. They didn't make it do too much of each Warframe mechanic. They technically made it do K drives at one point in time. Well, in theory, we didn't have to K drive, but we did nonetheless. I mean, if we wanted to get the thing finished in a decent amount of time, we had to K drive. That's all I'm saying about that, because no spoilers, okay? I'm not spoiling anything. That's what I plan on not doing, spoiling anything. I know this is my podcast, but I don't really spoil the new war for, reasons. Been waiting for so long. I try not to spoil any cinematic quest, and the new war is no exception. Now, let's talk things that were buggy, I guess. Before we get to what I don't like about it, I think it's time to mention a bit of the buggy. With every new update, this is at the time of me playing it. I played it day one. So there's bound to be some bugs day one. There were some glitches that made certain fights harder than they should have been, in my opinion. I have no way of knowing for sure if they were harder than they were meant to be, but I feel like they were harder than they were meant to be because there were a few bugs, especially these bugs later on. There were a few visual, hiccups as far as screen flashing, like when you record and it's a certain frames per second or hertz or wattage light, or I don't know the technical term, but if you record and it's a certain frequency, that's it, then it will flicker on camera. Well, that's what happened a few times, but other than that, it wasn't too bad at all. Those flickers every now and then were no big deal at all. I will say, however, there were no pets allowed, which is, I guess it's okay. I mean, I missed my Smida getting me stuff, but that's okay because I don't think they dropped anything other than like energy and health, if I'm being honest. So a Smeeder wouldn't have been much use there, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, now let's go to the bad, okay? Because there were a few things I didn't like. I can't go into details because spoilers, but I will say that there were a few things that were a little predictable and a few other things that didn't exactly come to a satisfying resolution in my opinion. And once again, yes, I'm aware bugs ruined some of my experience for a few things, but okay, I'm trying to say two things at once, so let me organize my thoughts a little bit and say it in order. So when that quest, if it ever becomes replayable, because at the time of me recording this podcast / review of Warframe the New War quest, it is not replayable, might be in the future, and if it's replayable in the future, I might replay it in the future because, you know, then I can see for myself, oh, it was supposed to be this way. It wasn't supposed to be this way. Yeah, that was a bug. No, that wasn't a bug. That was just how it was. So, you know, I'll get to see it for myself, experience it for myself, and then we will get that. Now, I won't go into detail what rewards you get for completing the thing, but you get most of the rewards you'd expect to actually receive at the end of the day. Although, with that said, I was a little underwhelmed with the rewards, if I'm being honest. Like I said, we got the rewards you'd think we'd get, but we didn't get everything. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Vamp, you want too many things. You want all the rewards. You're always talking about reward this, reward that. Well, welcome to Warframe. It's a looter shooter type game. Rewards are literally what you play the game for at the end of the day. Now, story-wise, I will say the quest was great and they did a good enough job not spoiling anything at all. There was that one thing kind of quote unquote spoiled, but hinted at more by accident by one of the staff members at Digital Extremes, but it was vague enough for most people to brush it off as nothing. I caught on to it and then I remember her saying it. So during the quest, I was able to say, yeah, that's why. But yeah, other than that, there were no big spoilers. And that's what I like because it was released on all platforms at the same time. So no spoilers all the way across the board, and that is brilliant in my opinion. That is brilliant. Now, let's talk the Witch Queen, okay? This is a completely different game. This is Destiny 2 when I talk about now. And there's a reason that I'm going to be talking about Destiny 2. And that is because of the fact that Destiny 2 that's the next big expansion for any video game, I believe, that I'll be waiting for. And unlike Warframe though, in order to get that expansion, I gotta spend some money on the expansion. And I'm not sure. That's $40. Yeah, it has some replayability, but at the same time, it is you know, it is $40, and I don't know if I want to spend the $40 or not. Now, I will say that the biggest difference in expansions between Warframe and Destiny 2, besides the fact that one is free and the other one will cost money, is in Warframe it's a one done expansion thing. Whereas in Destiny 2, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what we know already about the Witch Queen, which is that Hive get light. Okay, so I was gonna say Hive get lit, but yeah. Anyway, moving on. Hive get the light, so you know they become Hive Guardians, and that gives us replayability overall if done right. So it's not just a one and done thing. The quest may be one and done, but the lasting effects last indefinitely. Now, with that said, however, this past Warframe quest, the new war, does feel as if you know, Digital Extremes is trying to make Warframe into a type of game with lasting effects, because I think this is the first, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first real quest that we got some big lasting effects afterwards. I can't tell you which ones because I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. So yeah, I'm trying to keep this whole thing spoiler free. I'll probably even put in the title of the podcast spoiler free, you know, so you guys know that it's spoiler free. I'm not gonna spoil a big cinematic quest for you guys unless, you know, if you know, if I do, I won't put spoiler free in the title, of course. But yeah, that's that whole thing. And yeah, honestly, that's really all I have to say. Oh, wait a minute. There is something else I do have to say, which is, now I don't know. I mean, okay, so I was waiting for the cinematic quest to drop, the new war to drop. And once I did it, I was like, oh, this is gonna keep me, you know, held up with content through Christmas. So, you know, I'm gonna be streaming every day. I'm gonna be partying every night, doing all of the quests, doing all of the new stuff, all the new stuff. There's not that much new stuff, if I'm being honest. Not enough to last me throughout the whole holidays. But then again, I did just do I'm a content creator, so I feel like it's a little bit different for me. But then again, I'm sure there are lots of people out there who play the whole quest right away and whatnot. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the thing here. I know it's a little shorter than normal by comparison, but yeah, that was really just my review of the new war with an add-on, I guess. So yeah, with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Thank you for listening. Later.